All right.
We got
a ton of teams hovering around the tens and teens in your rankings, battling for a playoff spot. The Bills, the Vikings, the Colts, the Bengals, the Raiders. Let's do some in or out. Breach, would you like to go first?
All right. Let's start with, you're so mean, the Cincinnati Bengals. We're just going around the horn real quick and like one sentence on whether this team gets in or not.
Out. Done. Finished.
One word.
Bury 'em. Get the
Pittsburgh
shovel out.
Steelers.
No.
Everybody gets to say in or out on Bengals.
Oh yeah, they're out. I thought we were just doing Pete because he's got to go.
No.
They're out. They don't have their quarterback situation is worse than the Steelers somehow.
I'm 80. You think they're out? I'm 90% out, but I need to see Jake Browning play one game before I'm 100% out.
Fair enough.
Jake
He didn't do
Jake
terribly
Browning-
in one game.
Jake Browning was kind of like Des Ridder in college, right?
He's pretty good at Washington.
He's more accurate
Yeah.
than Des Ridder.
I'm just saying, like Jake Browning could win some games.
And Jake Browning could outplay Kenny Pickett on Sunday, Wilson. Let's not kid ourselves.
You act like that's some big. Pete Prisco could outplay Kenny Pickett on Sunday if he gets signed.
The Steelers better score 30.
Let's not
points
forget
for
that Wilson
back end.
didn't like Kenny Pickett when he came out, so anything he does wrong, he's going to kill him.
Yeah, that's called the Pete Prisco approach to quarterback evaluation.
Well, I'm a realist when it comes to quarterback play.
I'm keeping it real with Kenny.
I didn't.
How's Will Levis
I didn't
doing?
think CJ Stroud was what he is, but man, he's good.
He's very good.
Maybe I was right about Justin Herbert. He's kind of a bum.
Yeah, they all come back. They'll come back to the broken clock theory.
That's right. What about the Raiders? 5-6 and ranked 19th in your power rankings, Pete.
And played well in the loss last week.
Yeah,
They did play. They're playing better, but okay. Can they beat the Chiefs this week?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah. If they beat the Chiefs this week, they're going to be in the mix for a playoff spot. So, but I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I will also say no. But I think Antonio Pierce, I think that this team plays well enough the rest of the year and they hire Antonio Pierce full time.
We'll see if old shiny object guy can help himself, Mark Davis.
Who's the shiny object? Jim Harbaugh?
Well, he fell in love with Gruden. He fell in love with McDaniels. He gets distracted.
Yeah, but he's spending a lot of money on coaches.
Antonio Pierce would be pretty cheap. You just hire the same guys you got right now. It'd be pretty cheap.
Cheap he'll be. Going right for
he'll be cheap.
He'll be cheap. Relatively compared to like a Harbaugh or something. Come on.
Yeah. Colts,
all right.
5-5, ranked 15th in the power rankings. Will they make the playoffs, Wilson? Repeat. Go ahead.
No. I say no. Gardner Minshew can't take a team to the postseason. He's not making it.
Breach disagrees with you. He's made a pretty fervent case for why the Colts. And let me add this wrinkle to it. And Breach, you can answer since you're the expert on all things Gardner Minshew. The Colts schedule versus the Bills schedule.
The Bills schedule is brutal.
Well, that's why the Colts aren't out of it. I think would be Breach's argument if he wants to make it.
The Colts have the third easiest remaining schedule in the AFC. The Bills have the fourth most difficult in the entire NFL. Yep.
Are the Colts any good?
Well, here I go, Pete. I'll give you this. Who's winning Colts Buccaneers?
Colts.
Well, the Bucs are so banged up on defense. I think the Bucs would win that game.
Minshew might throw for 400 yards in that game.
They're starting they might start like 4 rookies on that defense this week.
So Colts.
I didn't pick the Colts. I'm not going to pick the Colts. I think they
Colts
stink.
Titans. Who would win that?
Colts.
Colts Bengals. Who wins that?
Coin flip. You got 2 backup quarterbacks.
Colts Falcons. Colts Falcons. Who wins that?
Where's the game at?
Atlanta.
Atlanta wins that.
Colts Raiders. Who wins that?
Where's it at?
Indy.
Coin flip.
Okay. That gets them 8 or 9 wins.
Maybe
Win a couple of those coin flip games.
I'll say
there's got to be a couple other games. You only listed 5
the Steelers in Indy.
Okay.
And then the Texans in Indy in the final week of the season. When the Texans could have a playoff spot wrapped up, nothing to play for.
Let's put it this way. They better win this week or they're done. How about that?
I would like, if you give me like 2.5 to 1 or 3 to 1, I'd like to bet that 3 AFC South teams get in versus 3 AFC North teams.
Brinson's on board.
Well, you got to think Jacksonville and the Texans. This Texan schedule is a joke too. Whoever wins this week is going to win the division. Whoever, and the other one will be a wild card team. So there's one of the wild cards. The Dolphins will be. I mean, maybe the Bills.
Well, we're talking about the Bills next. Yeah, those are 6-5 and ranked 12th in your power rankings. Did they make the playoffs?
Yes.
So if you have the Bills, all right. So right now you would have Baltimore, KC, Jacksonville. I assume since they're favored in that game, and Miami as your top four
Right.
seeds.
Right.
You said that Houston is your other wild card.
Correct.
And Buffalo, and then who else?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay. So no, that's Cleveland keeps Indy out basically.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, they got a 2-game lead on them, so that makes sense.
Or does Buffalo keep it? Yeah.
Cleveland and Denver is almost like a little mini get position for the wild card battle game this week. Who thought that would be?
Yeah, it's a huge game. What about the Vikings? 6-5 and ranked 13th.
In.
Yeah.
They'll be in.
Hard in.
Find the 17. Who's going to be the 17?
The Rams.
No.
Yes.
No. You and Stafford, you just don't stop, do you?
No.
Jordan Love's getting hot.
I mean, who do you guys think is going to be the 7th? The Vikings.
The Vikings. The
Seahawks schedule is really hard, by the way.
Yeah, but they still have a 2-game lead on everyone
Dallas,
else.
San Fran, Philly the next 4 weeks with a banged up
Yeah,
Joe.
and the Cowboys.
The Seahawks have that.
But they have a 2-game lead on
San Fran, Dallas, San Fran, Philly. Like those 4 games.
What are the Rams? The Rams have the Cardinals this week. Then what do they have?
They don't have Cooper Kupp. I know that's one thing they don't have.
Yeah.
We're fine early this season without him.
Yeah, we got Puka Nacua.
They still have to play the Browns and Ravens, but they also have the Giants, Cardinals, Commanders.
Cardinals, Browns, Ravens, Commanders, Saints, Giants, 49ers for the Rams. 49ers should probably clinch a spot at that point too.
Disrespectful to Tommy DeVito, but okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it'd be hard for them to make up those games though. That's a long.
Yeah, they're 2 games.
I'm just saying, like if Seattle goes 0-4 in that stretch, which is not unreasonable, then all of a sudden the Seahawks are just reeling.
Yeah. But somebody's got to be this. Somebody's got to be the 6 and the 7. Who's the 6 then?
Vikings 6 and then Rams 7.
Well, you're. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's not likely either.
No, it's not likely.
Washington losing last week. By the way, the Washington losing the Giants last week just totally throws them out of the. They would have been in the mix too.
Do you know that was the first time in NFL history that a quarterback got sacked 9 times and the team that sacked him lost by double digits? That's your Washington Commanders.
First time since 1984.
Oh, it happened before? I thought it never happened.
It happened in 1984.
It's the first time in NFL history that a team got swept by Tommy DeVito and Tyrod Taylor in the same season.
It's going to be the first. It's not going to be the first time in history that Washington fires a coach either.
No.
Or Ron Rivera gets fired by a new owner after the previous owner is kicked out and forced to sell a team.
Can the Packers get into the mix?
They're the 8th seed, yeah.
Jaden Reed's playing well.
If they win this week, they're in the mix. I mean, not going to be in the postseason, but they win this week against Thanksgiving.
They are in the hunt for sure.
Yep.